Hello. It's Wednesday, the 21st of May, 2025. Welcome to the channel, The Fifth Guardian. I'm your host, Tony Hunt, where today I'll be player of games, although you can't see that. As always, it's not my story. It's not your story. Today's story is all about competing in multiple series of mostly motor sports. In Real Racing 3, update 13.4. Almost said 3 then, point 4. And this is part 2 of that mini series. Aaron C. John in the YouTube chat says hello. Hello, Aaron. Welcome along. Good to see you again. Let's get the game on screen. There we go. And a bit of audio. So apparently there will be some flash sales this weekend, but the percentage discounts, in fairness, don't look particularly good. So we will tread carefully about what we decide to do and not do. For me, this is where it all comes down to cost versus reward. Now, I wasn't going to do a stream over the weekend, but I might put a very small one together just to go through the cars that are on offer. Quite a few of the cars I do have fully upgraded, but I'll probably just go through the ones that I have available. But it's not about the ones I choose. It's about showing you the methodology about which ones I choose, and you should apply that. So it's not always about the car that has the biggest percentage discount. It's about if something costs, say for example, a car has a 50% discount, and it's going to cost you 800 gold, but there's actually no additional money to come back. And then you've got a car with a 30% discount and it's going to cost you 400 gold, but the reward back is 250. Which car do you choose? It should be obvious, but apparently it's not. So I thought I'd go through the examples that we have available this weekend. So you understand it's not necessarily about the biggest percentage discount. It's balancing the gold you've got, the costs that you're going to have to apply, and the rewards you're going to get back. It really is quite important. Although I suppose it depends. Maybe you're not bothered about completing the game. If you're not, that's fine. I am. So that's my focus. So I'll do a brief, quick stream over the weekend just to cover that off. Right, let's do a bit of racing. What have we got on? Well, pretty much the same as yesterday. I did look at when I'm going to start doing some of these events, but we'll balance it out. Interesting thing, by the way, in regards to the rewards. So specifically focusing now on the ads. So as I said, in the UK now at the moment, assuming I am a representation of everybody else in the UK, you're only getting single rewards. So in other words, if it's a gold reward, you get 1 gold. If it's an R dollar reward, you get 2,000 R dollars. I do have a VPN on installed on my device, and I thought I'll flip it over to the US, see if there's any difference. Straight away, double reward. So it does look as if, depending on the region you're in, you may or may not get double reward. So I would just suggest if you do have a VPN, flip it over from one country to another and see if all of a sudden you get double reward. That's what I did today. I'm in the UK, single reward. Turned on my VPN, flipped it over to the US, double reward. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, don't come knocking. Okay, we'll start off with time trial. Look at that. Wow. 0.033 seconds away from getting into C. So it does look like I will get into C. I mean, one of these days I'd like to get into B, but oh well, it's 0.028 seconds. So hopefully all I've got to do is set a slightly faster time and I'm in. Oh, let's try that again. Off screen. Might be one of those days when we do that. And obviously when I say off screen, I mean I went off track. No point carrying on. We've already got a half decent time. We just need to improve to get into Group C, which I think will happen. Oh. Yeah. And again, it might not. So Aaron C. John says you should observe top people break-in points and how they drive. That may help with your time. It might, but not today. This is all about me doing it on my own. Sometimes it's not about copying someone, it's about figuring it out for yourself. That sometimes is more important as a lesson in life. It's more important to learn how you figured it out than it is to just do it because somebody told you how to do it. Oh, shame. At least we got round that time. Carlos Guerra enters the chat, says, "Hello, Tony, how are you?" I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm a bit tired this evening, to be fair. So, yeah, it's like, but I'm okay, thank you very much. I'm very good, generally speaking. Just, as I said, just a bit tired. Been a long day, lots of physical exertion as well as mental exertion. This is what I always like to do. My gaming makes me relax, mostly, sometimes. Not always. Here we go. That's Group C. Job done. Boom. Carlos Gross says, today is my birthday, man. I'm going to eat a lot of pizza tonight. Well, happy birthday, Carlos. Well done. Congratulations on your birthday. Have a great evening and enjoy your day. There we go. Group C, top 5%. Try again. Okay. Lost a bit of time there, to be fair. And Jane. Having in mind, that wasn't the best of laps. Still managed to knock another quarter of a second off. Carlos says, thanks, man. I appreciate it. You were very welcome. And a lot Goose says, hello there, Tony. Hello there, a lot. Good to see you. Good to see everyone this evening. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for saying hello in the chat. Okay, so as always, definitely into Group C. Just struggling to push further into Group B. But I'm just going to come out because I reckon there's at least half a second to be had in terms of my driving style. Oh, 2.3 seconds before I get into Group B. Fine, whatever. A lot says 350 subs now. I know. I don't know what I do. I just play a game and then talk a bit. Apparently people like that. Apparently people like that. Oh, we're up again. We're up again. Come on. And this is a different area. So I've still got, half a second, I reckon, to knock off this. But obviously I've got to find 2.3 seconds, which is a little bit hard. There we go. Slowly but surely getting better. A lock says 500 soon. Well, I don't know about that. I'm sure there will be a plateau at some point. There can only be so many people that like to watch Real Racing 3, so I would imagine there'd be a limit, but that's fine. But I mean, I do have my roller coaster videos as well, but again, I've not done any of those in a while. I need to get cracking on with those. Might have an opportunity this weekend to get some of those done because I'm well behind on those. It's just finding the time. Right, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Well, I've improved. I'm in Group C for definite. Said I'd get to 105. Look, I've achieved what I thought I would do. Pushing it a little bit too hard. We'll quit that and try again. Getting a little bit loose with the driving there, but I do think there's half a second to be gained in the first part, so that's why I'm sort of pushing the limits there. Here we go. So maybe not half a second, but we're 0.3 up, just about. Lost it all. Braking is key, as always, in this game. Just out of interest, you can't see when they brake, so I think it's pointless putting a shadow on. I could not see when I was braking then. I don't think it helps that much. Not the best a lap time there. So Lot Goose says you went up by 50 in a month, though. You should continue that trajectory, I feel. I hear what you're saying, but what I mean is there will be a finite people of a finite people, a finite group of people that watch YouTube that like to watch real racing free or like to watch roller coasters. So yeah, at some point it'll stop. So I'm not getting carried away. I'm grounded, grounded in terms of my channel. I'm trying my best to keep it as a bit of fun at this moment in time. But it's good that people are enjoying it and people are subscribing to it. I do like the fact that people enjoy it, and obviously I do have a relative amount of good interaction on each live stream. So yeah, yeah. But thank you very much for the comments. And look, it's very much appreciated. Aaron C. John says you should observe top people. Oh, no, I think I read that. No, I think Group A people slide to brake in the corner after the straight. Yeah, you're probably right. I am not going to look today though, but maybe it, if I get close to B, I might have a sneak. But I'm just trying to figure it out on my own at this moment in time, and I think I'm doing all right for Group C. I said I'd try to get to 4.5. I'm 1105. I'm doing all right there. Carlos asks, when is your birthday, Tony? When is my birthday? It's in July. It's in July. It's in July, so it's a while off yet. A couple of months. A lot Goose says 500 is quite possible still. You are having fun and people are tuning in. It's good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it'd be a while though. To be fair, I think the most I've ever had in a month is 50. So it's at least 3 months away. Yeah, I'm doing this. I mean, technically, you don't get properly monetized until you hit 1,000 as well. So, but yeah, sometimes it's not about the money. It's just about having a bit of fun. Right, let's see if we can get this lap together now. Nip and I did brake a little bit earlier purposely that time. I'm trying to see if braking early results in accelerating out early, and that will make the difference. Oh, excuse me. So I've had 2 goes now where I've not improved. That was a little bit of a ragged lap. So a lock says drift braking is a very high level maneuver and makes you lose time if you don't do it right. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I do think it depends on the car as well, which is why I'm not at this moment in time entertaining it. It's another skill that takes practice. Some of the guys in Group A, to be fair, they've been doing it over and over and over again, whereas I come on for a couple of hours. um, so I do all right. I do all right. There we go. So, in terms of immediate goal, getting to Group C, which I think is always the target when you've got your car fully upgraded, achieved. Obviously, there are people that can go a lot quicker. My car is fully upgraded. Something to work on over the coming days. There won't be a live stream tomorrow, just by the way. It's a day off, but I will be back on Friday. And in case you haven't figured out, I'm coming down with a cold because that's what happens in the UK when it gets sunny. Everyone gets a cold. That's okay. 50 gold, not to be sniffed at. Group C, still 5 days to improve. Um, Easily in Group C. I'll just spend the rest of the week obviously working just to edge away. I suspect I won't get into Group B, but I'm not a million miles away. Now, this is interesting. Formula E Gen 3 show car. So apparently the show car is indeed on discount this week, which is a surprise. It's very rare for a motorsports car, Formula E, Formula One, that sort of ilk, to have discounted upgrades. So it's pretty good that this car has. Now I've got it fully upgraded. I don't think I applied an upgrade. I can't help but think the 10 upgrades were all $10. So everybody should have the opportunity to get this potentially fully upgraded. I suppose it depends if you own it. If you don't own it, it might be a little bit hard. But you have got a bit of time, and if I believe it's 40% discount. So if that is accurate, you, I can't, and it is only $10. You've got to do it. You've got to give it a go. That being said, in a month, or sorry, in a release full of motorsports events, you might still need to pick and choose because, again, if it's full of motorsports cars, motorsports events, upgrades cost $10. So you do need to pick and choose what you're doing because there is a limitation, as I keep saying, of 250,000 $10 a day in terms of what you can earn. Right, let's see what happens. Right, so here we go. Now, I reckon most people have fully upgraded this car that I'm racing against now. So, the end of yesterday's stream, when I did a couple of these, I was in fourth, as I am now. I will say this about this particular variant of Formula E. The back end doesn't give way quite as much as the Season 3 and Season 4 variants. Because what I keep forgetting... Oh, see, there you go. What I keep forgetting is how good the brakes are in this car. So I ended up putting my acceleration back on, and that's where I messed up. But it's not over. It's not. I'm third at the moment, but I feel I might be able to catch. I just got to figure out where to brake. A little bit harder to do. Uh, so I said it was the back end wasn't so bad. There you go, fourth. Shocking, Tony. Shocking. That being said, ooh. So Aaron C. John says, I am a little excited for next week's time trial competition as I do own the 412 T2. It's not always I own any car in time trial competitions. Okay. Do you mean the time trial? Isn't it in the weekly time trial rather than the time trial competition? As in, you know, the one that's 2 weekly. I get what you're saying there. I know that's coming up. So yeah. Carlos Gross says, I'll try to join a game with you in multiplayer. Well, good luck. Yeah, you'll probably make me finish fifth as opposed to fourth. You see, look, there we go. Finish fourth in an 8-player race, and still I scored negative points. Frustrating. Let's try again. So we have got an 8-player race. The question is Carlos in the mix? Oh, we're on. Oh, come on. Really? Really? You're having a laugh? I hate Formula E. Mind you, as bad as it was, somebody was worse and left. Deary me. Okay. So minus points heading my way again. Oh, this car. They're all at it. Now, the person in front, they obviously fell foul, so they'll be struggling all the way to the end because it will impact their top speed. So I might be able to catch these. I'm going to brake heavy because when I didn't, I fell off track. Oof. But I bet even if I get fourth, I'll still score negative points. Which I won't. I got fifth. Not so good. Even if you struggle with these cars, you still got to have a go. Have a go. Earn some. Well, you don't earn M dollars, you earn R dollars. I mean, again, can anyone figure that one out? Seriously? But even if you don't do very well, as I am doing right now, you'll still score between, well, some gold. Look at that, I'm down to 3 gold. Ugh. So a lot Goose says the pool is small enough that you can stream snipe in RR3. I don't know what that means, sorry. Oh, this car. So it's honestly, it's not as bad as the season 3 and season 4, but oh, why? I'm gonna have to start treating this car like the Speedtail, but lacking the design beauty. And how the hell am I first? I've been terrible. Lacking the design beauty and the speed. Oh, too fast, too fast, too fast. I have no idea how I'm winning. It makes no sense. I've just had a shocking first 2 laps. Right, we're pushing away actually. Okay. I mean, again, all that tells me is I've done so badly and playing against people that don't have fully upgraded cars. But let's take the win while we've got it. Although it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Yeah, there we go. Surprisingly, I got first there. So Triple H enters the chat and says, "Sup, sir? This car is so annoying. Can't control this." Yeah, it is. Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that. Also, the sound is annoying. Hot Goose says the number of players playing at a time in multiplayer is small enough that you can actually time your joining with a streamer. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Thank you for explaining that in Luddite terms for me. Very much appreciated. A look. Carlos said, I tried, but I didn't join the same game. Never mind. Never mind. I think also with streaming, even though you think I'm live, I think how the streaming works is I'm probably 5 seconds ahead in terms of my action to what actually gets displayed on the stream. Unfortunately, that's out of my control. That's just YouTube. Um, a look, Goose says it will take a few tries. Well, we'll have another go, I think, unless I've run out of durability, which I haven't. Now, what I'm going to do. So I'm back up. Wow, I'm up to 5 gold now. Right, I'm going to press it. I'm going to press it in. I'm going to press it in. If you press it now, and then I'll press it in 5 seconds. Almost. Boom. Thought I saw another 100%, but it was me. And look, I'm right at the back of the grid. How dare they? So I'm in last place, as always. I am slowly moving up. Two laps down, 5th. Oh dear. Somebody had a hissy fit. Don't have hissy fits, put up with the pain. That's how you learn. Oh, I'm already down into 5th. I was doing really well. I got up to 3rd at one point. Final lap. Oh, I got lucky there. 3rd. See, and that's why you should never give in. Shouldn't quit. Don't rage quit. You focus your mind and you work your way back. You saw there, I was all the way back into 8th and I finished 3rd. And I'm not a brilliant racer. It's just all about focus, not giving up and keep trying. That doesn't mean I won't finish 8th in the next race though. So a lot Goose says, is starting from pole really an advantage? Well, it should be. It should be. And then goes on to say, I feel 3rd or 4th is the best starting position. Okay. I sort of understand what you're saying there. Aaron C. John says, bye, Tony. I need to sleep. Well, thank you as always, Aaron, for joining. And puts, the more back you start in multiplayer, the better acceleration you have off the line. I did not know that. I thought that was all me. How wrong was I? 31 points added. Still up 5, 23 away from getting to 6. Well, we might as well give it another go. Although I do need to blow my nose. So count the 5 seconds. 1 moment. From now. Right, who we got in? Oh. And somebody has already left. Dearie me. 4 laps. Plenty of time to make amends for any errors you've had. Oxy daisy. Right, so there you go. Fifth. I wasn't even paying attention there. Thought for a minute that was the final lap. Oh well. Messed that up big time. A lot goes no. Yeah, well, you know, I wasn't paying attention. All part of the fun. All part of the fun. Now I only lost 39 points, so I don't think that's too bad. So I've got one more go, so let's give it a go. And we're straight in there. I don't know what that was. Somebody's already left? Been deactivated? So it would be nice to finish with a first. I'll focus this time for all of 4 laps. Sometimes by braking early into the corners, they think they're catching you, so they don't. It results in the opponent braking late. Well, sometimes that doesn't work. Okay, so 2 laps in. I reckon there's about 5 of us in the mix here, so. Tommy, he did well in that corner. Flew from 5th to 1st. Oh, oh, got lucky. Final lap. Didn't get that lucky. So Pasha Ramasva Wijaya Kasuma. Sorry, I'm terrible at pronouncing names. Says, hello, bro. Well, hello back, sir. Good to see you again. Thank you for watching. Thank you for saying hello. And Triple H says, damn, you are playing well, bro. Well, I was. And so all that effort, and guess what? I'm still on 4 gold. Ah, never mind. Never mind. Right, okay, so that's 2 down. Need to blow my nose again. Back in 1 moment. Right, so next, we'll actually do some sports racing that actually earns us some M dollars. So motorsports, endurance prototypes, the Track Beast Duqueine. That's what I'm calling it. Tier 5, currently at 23%. I'll start off with the autocross. I think I can earn 10 gold if I take this series to 25%. There we go. So Carlos Gross says we are more or less on the same point. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It is tough. And Hemant Patel says electric vehicle sound so very irritating. Well, I think it does depend on the car. Um, the Formula E's are definitely irritating. So I'll give your ears a break and I'll race this car for a bit because this is a good old-fashioned petrol car or gasoline car, as the Americans would say. Oh, look, there we go. 25%, $10,000 earned. Doesn't come off my daily total cap. And 10 gold as well. All right, let's do the head-to-head next. Head-to-head, as it should be, one lap around the national circuit at Hockenheimring in Germany. Obviously, we're not in Germany. Just the track and the racing. Go around the hard way. Tries to run me off the road, not having any of that. Okay. In the lead by 50 yards or so. What I find strange is I'm on tier 3 and there's been no Sebring racing. Very disappointing. Or there might have been loads of it. A little bit more M dollars earned. Next tier opened. Let's do the quick races. I reckon I can do all 3 of these races and then the car will need servicing. So we'll do the speed snap first. 104 miles per hour is what I've got to hit at the finish line. There we go, easy. That was easy. Quite surprised by that. Triple H asks, what do you think which car will be the best for online match? I think it's all about how many people would be interested in racing the car. So it's got to be a firm favourite. Obviously, Formula One was very popular. And I don't think it would matter which season it was. You could do any season people would want to race. After that, maybe the McLarens. They're always popular. The P1, I believe, is one of the favourite cars in the game. I believe that would have been popular. So it's not necessarily about the best car in terms of what I consider to be the best car. I think it's more to do with which car is popular. So a car that's well liked by the majority of players, I would say. Uh, and Triple H says same, dude. Very good. I like to hear. Right, so next, elimination. Let's have a go at this. Let's see how we get on. Around the outside, out of trouble, hopefully. Inside the next corner, hopefully slip into second. Oh, look at that, in first. Just got to stay there now. We go. First, 4 cars left in. We'll do it properly this time. I tell you what, I do like this car. As I said, I do think it's one of the slower cars in terms of acceleration and top speed, in terms of LMP models, but it's fun to drive and it's pretty grippy. And as with most LMPs, quite good braking. Only 2 cars left in the race. Fingers crossed, once I've done this, I've still got a bit of durability left so I can do the cup. There we go. Off screen again because my nose is doing my head in. There we go. We do indeed have a bit of durability left. So opportunity to complete the cup in this tier. And we've opened up the time trial, which I am thinking I will do as well. So let's give up a go. It's 4 laps around the national circuit at Circuit de Catalunya. Hopefully a bit of M dollars to be earned here. Okay, so on to lap 2, and I'm in 4th place. Made that 3rd. 2 laps to go after this. 2 cars to overtake, and hopefully I'll get this guy in this corner. There we go. And there we go. Into 1st. 2 laps to go. Nice and easy. Oops. Okay, 1 more lap to go. We go. I'd say that was pretty smooth for me. Boom. So Triple H also says, what do you think about NASCAR? So let me talk about NASCAR in the game. NASCAR in the game is the reason why I put this game down for a couple of years. I didn't like it. It wasn't initially when it got added. It was one of the tracks, the really small circular track. I hated it. And specifically what they introduced with that track was the idea the more you try it, the worse the opponents get. Um, didn't like that way of playing. So it did make me put the game down for a couple of years. NASCAR in general, I mean, basically it's all about working horse cars driving around a circular track, which, appreciating the engineering, appreciating the driving skills. It's just a bit boring for me. Just find it a bit boring, which is why I kind of prefer F1. Um, yeah, I'm not a big fan of NASCAR and less of a fan of NASCAR in this game. Uh, Hemant Patil says you only play racing, not interested in any other games. Well, I am. 1 second, I'll explain. I'll explain that in detail. So the answer is yes, I am. I do like playing games. I just don't have enough time. My initial plan was to be playing lots of different games, hence the title of the series, Player of Games. So I do have a Steam account, so I like playing either puzzle games, platform games, problem-solving games. So I like things like Portal, those sort of games. Um, but I just haven't got the time. If I'm playing this for a couple of hours a day, that's all I've got in terms of game playing. So I was hoping to do it, but at the moment that is on hold. I really do want to do a proper Portal walkthrough because I have completed that on many occasions. But what I haven't done is earned all the extra bits and pieces that are hidden away in the game. So I really wanted to spend a bit of time doing that, but not at this moment in time. Not at this moment in time. Again, this is one of the beauties of this game, is that it's always being updated. So there's always new cars to earn and win and race in. And obviously with the flashback events, it's normally quite good. So even though I'm a bit disappointed with this particular update, overall, I do enjoy this game and the fact they keep adding new cars. I don't like some of the strategies they put in some of the events, but, you know, that's just how it is. I mean, I'm being told now that the better you do at an event, the harder it gets, as in, no matter what you upgrade the car to. And I just think, well, that's shocking. You shouldn't be doing it like that. I also think it's a bit mean. It's a bit mean on the developers doing it like that. You know, because as a racer, you always want to do the best you can do. So I don't like the meanness if that is the case to do that. I need to blow my nose again. That's why I do strategy outside of the box. It's not for me just about winning the car as cheaply as possible, but what you can do to complete the series it's in as well. Which a lot of people they don't oops a daisy. They don't talk about that. I'm gonna have to do that again, which I find quite frustrating. I think they've forgotten it's not just about the events, it's about completing the game. It's getting that game to 100%. That's what all games are about, completing them. Yeah, that seems to have been lost on quite a number of people, which I find quite disappointing. You know, a lot of people go, oh, all this stuff that I'm doing, it's boring. And it's like, no, this is the essence of the game. It's about racing those cars in those series, taking the series to 100%, and you've completed it. That's the challenge. And, you know, when you consider all the cars of different ways of racing, different ways of handling, different braking points, again, it's obviously you've seen it today on the time trial. I'll start off not doing very well, but once I hone into how the car works, sure, I'm not the best, but I'm able to always improve my time. That's what it's about. That's what this game's about. Oh, I've done it again. Ooh, I got lucky there. Yeah, I'm getting on my high horse there, but it does annoy me when people just talk about the events. Yeah, the events are a way in which you can win the cars cheaper than what they cost. That's it. The whole point of winning the car is so that you can then compete in the series and complete the series so that you've got 100% completion. That's why my team is called 100%. Because again, before NASCAR came in, I had completed all the series. I didn't necessarily have all the cars, but I'd completed all the series. That's where the 100% thing comes from. And that's my goal with picking this up again, to take the series back up to 100%. I'll focus on the road collection first, and then once that's up to 100%, I'll move my attention to motorsports. Anyway, I think I've ranted enough there. Triple H says, good night, bro. Have to sleep. That's not a problem at all. Thank you very much for watching and commenting in the chat. Right, car needs servicing. 33%. Hopefully we'll take that series to 50% tomorrow. Right, I need to blow my nose. Oh dear, I'm struggling today. Struggling today. Right, oh, yeah, we're going to do some Formula E racing, seems that we've had a break from the vacuum cleaner noise. And we're going to start off again with season 4, currently at 70%. Possibility of getting this up to what can we get it up to? 75%. So I'm going to do the Brands Hatch race that has the battery limitation on it. So 75. So what's that? About 12? 13? No, 12. 12 and a half. I think this is going to need quite a lot of lifting and coasting. So 62.5 this time round. See, it's pretty close. Take the foot off the accelerator, let it coast round the corner. Light braking, still in contact with first. Just trying to build up enough battery so I can have a right old go at first. Pretty close there. So 50 will be enough. So I'm going to, again, foot off the accelerator. Oh, lost it a bit there. Shame. And obviously we've gone back to an earlier version of the car, which is rear heavy, to say the least. So I'm falling behind first. Might need to stop and blow my nose again. Now, what might come into play is back markers, so I might be okay with it being 6 laps. So I'm not going to push too hard. I'm going to let the back field, although to be fair they're nowhere to be seen, so maybe not. I was going to let the back field slow first down, but I might have to do this on my own. Yeah, I've got 1 lap. I am back in contention. This is going to be tight. Look at that. I've got 19% battery left, so I can pretty much push here. What I don't want to do is make the mistake here. There we go. I think I've got him. There you go. Thank you very much. Into first. Final lap. Final part of the final lap. Job done. There we go. It's a victory. Okay, $82,000 earned so far. Durability left in the car. Do the Hunter, and that's probably it. We're at 73%. So let's give the Hunter a go. So I'll get to 75% potentially, and then that'll be it. Oh, a couple of people have... Oh, which way? That way. Up, 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 up. So Carlos Guerrero says, good job, man. Thank you very much. Might not be so on this track. It being a Formula E track, some of my least favourite tracks in the game. Just don't understand them. Pretty sure I went through the wall then. Okay, we've overtaken the Hunted. Can I get first? No is the answer to that. Oh dear. Not a chance. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. So I think that's it. I think the car needs servicing now. No? Okay, we've got another go. Well, we've got to give it another go then, haven't we? Let's give it one more go. Can we do better than fourth? Need to really get to grips with this track. I think because I don't like it, I don't race it, so... Practice does make perfect, but if you don't, or better, but if you don't like the track, you don't want to race it, or race on it. So, okay, 700 yards, 600. 500, 400. 300. 200. 'm hoping to damage him a bit more, but that didn't work. at this. This is ridiculous. Fifth. Fifth. Oh well. So I might have a change of plan to do with streaming on Friday. So let me just have a look. Because obviously in case you don't know, there are some flash sales, but they don't come on until the 24th, which is Saturday. Okay, that kind of works. Right, so I think what I'm going to do, because obviously at the moment I'm struggling and I'm probably coming down with a cold. So obviously I'm not streaming tomorrow, and as you've seen, there's not a great deal in the game to do at this moment in time. So what I will probably do now is rather than stream on Friday, I'll stream on Saturday. And as there's Grand Prix this weekend, on Saturday, I think it makes sense. Is it Saturday? Yeah. It makes sense to stream in between practice free and qualifying. So I know a lot of you like your Formula One, and obviously it's Monaco, so I would imagine a lot of you like that particular track. So what I'll do is I mean, again, it goes live basically at the moment. It goes live on YouTube, and I'll put it up later on Rumble. So it'll be live on YouTube in between practice free and qualifying of Formula One. And what I'll then do is put it up after qualifying on Rumble. Hope that's okay with you guys. I'm obviously struggling, so I'm going to end the stream there, but I will be back on Saturday. I'll be back on Saturday to talk about the flash sales that are there. They're not big flash sales, but there are some cars that I'm thinking of doing. And again, the reason being is there's a balance between cost, reward. So I'll talk in some detail about that. And I'll give I won't obviously go through any cars that I've already got fully upgraded, but I'll use the cars that are available to upgrade and talk about the potential opportunities of doing so. Hope that's okay with everybody. Um, as always, thank you all very much for watching. Okay, there we go. So that's the end of racing for today. A little bit of a shorter stream, but I am struggling a little bit now. And we did do most of the racing that was available. And whatever I didn't do will be hopefully done on Saturday. But I will be going through the flash sales as well. Just need to wipe my nose again because otherwise it's going to run. Sorry about that. Right. Okay, so hope to see you on Saturday. So if you watch on YouTube, it will be in between practice free and qualifying of the Formula One. And if you watch on Rumble, it will be after qualifying of Formula One. I like to stay away because obviously you guys are racers. So I like to stay away from any racing events. Well, most racing events, maybe not all. If I mean, honestly, if NASCAR's on, sorry. You'll not get me to change my time then, but obviously Formula One, obviously I'll change my time for you guys. Um, yeah, so if you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and a like. If you'd like to see more of this type of content, then please subscribe to the channel, The Fifth Guardian on YouTube. And if you watch on Rumble, give the Fifth Guardian a follow. We're slowly creeping up on Rumble. We are now way behind YouTube, but that's how it goes. With that being said, I hope whatever is left of your day is a very good one. Carlos, enjoy the rest of your birthday. Enjoy your pizza. Many happy returns of the day. Um, yeah, hope to see you all on Saturday. It will be interesting to look at the flash sales and whether or not they're worthwhile doing. Until then, thank you very much and goodbye.